Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, this summer a shooting took place outside of an Oswego town bar, the latest on the suspect's trial.
And what SUNY Oswego Space has undergone a total rebrand and how students can utilize the new resource.
Plus, it's almost Ozfest and the school has announced its headliner, who you can expect on campus on the last day of classes.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Haley Kaiser.
And I'm Matthew Rivenberg.
As the end of the academic year approaches, so does SUNY Oswego's Ozfest. And they just announced their headliner. Offset is coming to campus on May 3rd to celebrate the last day of classes. Offset is an American rapper who rose to fame as part of a three-piece hip-hop group, Migos.
The artist has a collaborative album with 21 Savage, guest performances with Drake and Tyga, and a co-performance with Travis Scott. His single titled Clout, featuring Cardi B, earned him a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Performance. To see Offset live, tickets can be purchased at the SUNY Oswego box office. The tickets are $15 for students and $20 for the general public. You can use the code OZFEST24 for $5 off.
The space in Marano Campus Center has now been revamped to become the Laker Lounge. You can access the room in the basement below Sweatman Gym by using the stairs or elevator by the gym or the outside doors facing the lake. The Laker Lounge has seating, all-gender bathrooms, AV connection, charging stations, and vending machines for student and staff usage. It's open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and is accessible with a SUNY Oswego ID.
SUNY Oswego is inviting students to be university marketing models. Tomorrow and Friday, photographers will capture captivating moments across campus for promotional photos. Organizers would love to see SUNY Oswego students take center stage. The event on both days will be from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and the locations will vary throughout the day.
SUNY Oswego President Peter O. Nwosu is establishing the Transforming Lives Scholarship Fund in order to aid students and help more incoming students choose Oswego. President Nwosu knows how important education is as it transformed his own life. Student scholarships and financial aid are what help a student choose where they get their education, and Nwosu wants to bring more people into the Laker community. To do this, he wants to expand scholarships to give more aid.
A free event for Oswego students is happening tomorrow. The Laker Gala is a feel-like prom happening from 7 to 10 p.m. in the Sheldon Hall Ballroom. Organizers noticed many missed out on prom due to COVID. The event is crafted and sponsored for those students. Students invited to attend in their best looks. The event is sponsored by Student Association and Auxiliary Services.
It's been warming up in Oswego lately. Is the warm weather finally here to stay?
Let's take a look at your forecast with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Evan B. Drawn outside.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I mean, temperatures are going to start going up more and more as you go throughout the rest of your week. You know, sitting outside right now, it's definitely a noticeable difference from a few nights ago, where temperatures were mainly in the lower 40s, even in the 30s, but now we're seeing temperatures in the mid 40s, and even tomorrow we're near 70 again, compared to again on Monday where we were near 70. But as we all know, with April comes the showers, and we are expecting a couple showers to return to our area over the next few days. So make sure to stay tuned for my full forecast coming up after the break. But I'm going to send it back to you guys inside the studio.
Thanks, Evan. Local emergency services were prepared for the worst on Monday, expecting a large influx of people with disaster following the crowd. But worse did not come, and things ran smoothly with Eclipse Day. There were small property damage and parking issues, and some highways moved slower than usual, but everything stayed moving. It's uncertain how many people came to Oswego, but it is likely less than expected due to the cloudy weather as people tended to travel further north.
The trial for the man accused of shooting someone outside the Sting Bar in Oswego that was supposed to begin Tuesday has been postponed. James Stewart of Warner's New York was charged with second-degree attempted murder and second-degree criminal possession of a weapon. County Court Judge Armin Nazarian is handling the case. A clerk in his chamber says the case will be moved to May 6th.
Just before 11 p.m. on Tuesday, firefighters were sent to a structure fire at 610 Oneida Street in Syracuse. Syracuse fire crews say there was a lot of smoke and fire in the home and an intense amount of heat. 2 firefighters were injured. One had an arm injury and went back to fighting the fire after being checked. The second had a burnt leg and was taken by ambulance for treatment.
Still ahead tonight, a former Cornell student pleads guilty to online threats.
Plus, former CFO of Trump's organization sentenced to jail.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
It's Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like,
No.
what do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one. Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back to WTOP. I'm Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Evan Bedron. Like I said outside, it's not too bad out. Oswego sitting at 51 degrees, so many areas across the state are still sitting in the 50s, except maybe the lower elevations to the southeast of Syracuse and southern central New York. But overall, temperatures are not going to be going down too much overnight. And, you know, looking at temperatures for the past couple of days, in March we started out way above average with temperatures. Now, that first week of April, we were a little bit below average. Most of the days throughout that week, we were below, but now we're starting to rebound with temperatures feeling more spring-like as you go out as you get closer to mid-April. And looking at our 6-day, 10-day temperature outlook, you know, we're in that red area. Much of the East Coast is in that red area, so temperatures are going to keep on going up. So, I mean, if people are thinking about maybe, is it going to be cold? Is snow still in the forecast? I would say snow is definitely done for the year. Maybe colder temperatures may return once or twice throughout the month, but overall, we're still going to be very mild. So it's a nice forecast. Early AM showers tomorrow morning, but throughout the night, cloudy, 45 degrees, not too bad of a night. But tomorrow, we are expecting some thunderstorms to move through our area throughout much of the day. So starting at 9 a.m., 53 degrees, so very mild to start your morning. As you move through midday, temperatures increasing to the 60s, highs reaching 67, so not quite nearing 70, but we're still going to be in those upper 60s. And then ending out your day at 7 p.m., temperatures are going to be sitting in the mid-60s. So this warm front, that's why our temperatures are going to go up so much tomorrow. And also with that warm front, stormy weather returning to our area. Notice this low pressure. That's going to make its way further north on Friday, bringing more showers to our area. Not as stormy, but we're still going to be seeing showers ending out your weekend on Saturday. Showers mainly off to the northeast, but Oswego may see a spotty shower or two on Saturday. Sunday, we're also going to be seeing some showers. So looking at our precip chances, again, Thursday, very likely for any thunderstorms, maybe a spotty thunderstorm across much of the state, but overall we are going to be seeing some precipitation tomorrow. Friday, Saturday, still some rain. Saturday, maybe more spotty than Friday and Sunday, but overall, we're going to be in a very wet pattern going throughout your weekend into next week. So looking at our 7-day, showers and thunderstorms on Thursday, Friday, 57, gusty showers. So winds are going to be increasing throughout the rest of your week. Saturday, temperatures dipping down into the low 50s as a cold front passes through. More rain showers on Saturday. Ending out your week, wind return, temperatures increase just a little bit, nearing mid-50s. Friday or Monday, 59, mostly sunny. So the sun is going to start returning to our area early next week. Tuesday, PM showers, temperatures back into the 60s on Wednesday. More in the way of scattered showers, but temperatures still sitting in the mid-60s. That's all for my forecast. Now back to you guys at the desk.
A former Cornell student and Rochester native pleads guilty to posting threats to kill or injure another person using interstate communications. Patrick Dye was accused by federal investigators of posting anonymous threats towards Jewish people in a Greek life forum in late October. The 21-year-old was then taken into custody and suspended from the Ivy League school. Dye will face a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison.
The death of 21-year-old Nathwan Harris of Syracuse is currently under investigation by Syracuse police. The police found Harris's body on Monday during a status check in an apartment on Deadbourne Place in Syracuse. According to police, they have not found any criminal nature in regards to his death at this time, but the investigation is ongoing.
Former Trump Organization CFO Alan Weisselberg was sentenced to 5 months in jail for lying under oath about the size and value of Donald Trump's triplex apartment in New York City. Weisselberg was charged with 5 accounts of perjury after admitting he knew Trump's apartment was not the size claimed on financial statements. That incorrect square footage led the apartment to appear more valuable than it actually was.
GOP Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia issued a searing indictment of House Speaker Mike Johnson's leadership in a new letter sent to her Republican colleagues. It's a significant escalation as she tries to build support for potentially ousting Johnson, who has only been serving in the role since October. Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook has the latest from Washington.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene sent a searing letter to her Republican colleagues on Tuesday, outlining her case against House Speaker Mike Johnson. She accuses Johnson of failing to deliver on promises he ran on and breaking legislative procedural rules. She also claimed she would, quote, not tolerate Johnson's push to provide more aid to Ukraine, something he had voted against before he became Speaker.
If Mike Johnson wants to lead that after he voted no against funding $300 million to Ukraine just back in September, he's going to make my case for me, and he makes it even easier for what I'm trying to do.
Her threat to bring the motion to vacate to the floor looms, but Greene refuses to outline her plan.
I'm not laying out my red lines, my triggers, a date, and a giant headline.
While a few House Republicans have voiced frustrations with Johnson, several are jumping to his defense, speaking to the complicated nature of leading with a razor-thin majority.
I think Speaker Johnson is working his guts out, doing the best he can with a lot of feral cats.
For his part, Johnson has tried to downplay the threat and is attempting to ease tensions.
Marjorie and I don't disagree, I don't think, on any matter of philosophy. We're both conservatives, but we do disagree sometimes on strategy and with regard to what we put on the floor and when.
Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
The two met behind closed doors today, and it is still unclear if all their issues were resolved.
Suicide rates have been rising among all ages in the U.S., but they are spiking in a group you might not expect. According to the British Journal of Sports Medicine, the suicide rate for college athletes has doubled in just 2 decades. Researchers are still unsure why the rates are high, and were surprised because all the resources available to athletes. Some believe it could be due to the stress of being in the spotlight and outside criticisms.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, find out about the strict ruling the Supreme Court has made regarding abortion.
And as inflation increased last month, so did the prices. We'll tell you when to expect the rate cuts, coming up after the break.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
Welcome back for your Consumer Report. Surging gas prices and high housing costs sent inflation rising higher than expected in March. According to data released Wednesday by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, prices jumped 3.5% last month, marking the highest annual gain in the past 6 months. Gas and housing costs accounted for more than half of that monthly increase. The Federal Reserve wanted to see meaningful progress on inflation before it starts cutting rates. But now, experts say rate cuts likely won't happen until the summer. Disney is changing its policies for guests with disabilities at Walt Disney World in Florida and Disneyland in California. The company updating its popular Disability Access Service, or DAS. DAS allows guests with disabilities to sign up virtually for rides and wait anywhere in the park instead of having to wait in the physical line the whole time. The new policy states DAS is meant for guests who can't wait in line for an extended period of time due to developmental disabilities like autism. The company is also expanding the length of time DAS registration remains valid. Let's send it back to the desk with Matthew for your health report. Matthew?
Thanks, Haley. A new survey reveals that Generation Z is less happy than the rest of us. People from ages 12 to 26 say they are having a harder time than previous generations did at their age. According to new research by Gallup, out of 2,000 Gen Z Americans surveyed, 75% reported being at least somewhat happy. However, the number went down significantly as the kids and teens reached adulthood. Researchers said 2 factors were correlated with happiness for Gen Z. They were the amount of sleep they got on weekends and a sense of purpose. Arizona's Supreme Court ruled Tuesday to uphold more than a century-old law that bans nearly all abortions. It will be one of the strictest in the nation. The case is the latest example of the battle over abortion access that has played out across the country since Roe v. Wade was overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court in 2022. Jen Sullivan breaks down the ruling.
In an historic decision, Arizona's Supreme Court ruled Tuesday to uphold a 123-year-old law that bans nearly all abortions. Democratic officials in the state are outraged.
This is dangerous.
The law the Supreme Court upheld in a 4-2 decision bans abortions in all cases except when it is necessary to save a pregnant woman's life. It also carries a prison sentence of 2 to 5 years for abortion providers.
As long as I am Attorney General of the state of Arizona, no woman or doctor will be prosecuted under this draconian law.
Arizona joins nearly 24 other states that have banned or limited access to abortion since Roe v. Wade was overturned in 2022. Despite the ruling, surveys continue to show that most American adults are in favor of abortion access. In a KFF poll released last month, 71% of adults said abortion should be legal in most or all cases. Only 29% said it should be illegal in most or all cases. Advocates warn that patients seeking an abortion will face a dire situation.
This is going to have absolutely unbelievable consequences for the patients in our community.
Vice President Kamala Harris, who's made reproductive rights her platform, says she'll travel to Arizona Friday to show support for a woman's right to choose. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Despite the ruling, surveys continue to show that most American adults are in favor of abortion access.
Coming up in sports, Mike Neckers is in the studio.
Mike, can you give us a quick preview?
Thanks, guys. When we come back, Oswego had a clean sweep on the lacrosse field today, and some underappreciated athletes are finally getting paid. We've got all this for you and more after the break.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one. Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Welcome back. We've got so much to cover tonight, so without further ado, let's get right into it. First things first, this afternoon, the Oswego State women's lacrosse team traveled west to take on the SUNY Fredonia Blue Devils. The Lakers showed up to play in a dominant fashion, defeating the Blue Devils by a score of 20-4. It seemed like everyone got in on the scoring tonight, but looks can be deceiving because Bella Lemba walked away with 8 goals, Julia Quirk with 4, and Madison Davis with 3 goals and 4 assists. Women's Lax improves to 8-6 on the season, putting them in 5th place in the SUNYAC Conference. We'll stick with lacrosse, but move over to the men's side now, where the Oswego men's team blew out the Keuka Wolves by a score of 14-4. There were plenty of Lakers to watch today, including Seamus Hand, who allowed just 4 goals in the net, a great performance from him. Another standout today was Logan Prescott, who won 19 out of 21 faceoffs he took today. Lastly, but certainly not least, are Corey O'Connor, who finished the game with 5 goals, and Max Broadman, who finished with 4. Track and field is set to become the first Olympic sport to introduce prize money for the winners. The governing body of athletics has set aside $2.4 million to pay the gold medalists across the 48 different men's, women's, and mixed events on the track and field program for this year's Paris Olympics. The gold medalist or medalists in each event will receive $50,000, and bronze and silver medalists are planned to begin being paid in the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Speaking of getting paid, baseball wonder kid Jackson Holliday has been called up to the Baltimore Orioles. In his AAA season so far, he has a .490 on-base percentage, a .342 batting average, and has recorded 2 home runs, 4 doubles, and a stolen base in just 9 games. He is currently making his MLB debut playing second base against the Boston Red Sox and wearing number 7, the same number that his father Matt Holliday wore for most of his major league career. We'll stick to baseball and move over to the Bronx, where the Yankees took on the Marlins last night in the second game of their 3-game series. Alex Verdugo started things out in the bottom of the second strong with a missile deep into right field. You see it going, and gone. Come on, we all saw it coming. Things did slow down a bit for the Yankees, but eventually the Yankees got it going again. You want to guess who it was? Giancarlo Stanton. He finds a gap deep in right field, runners on first and second, and the double is good enough to bring Juan Soto home. See a little Selly there. The Yanks will tack on one more run here, and it's the San Diego signing himself, Mr. Juan Soto, finding a gap right in the middle of the field, which will bring John Birdie home, giving New York a 3-0 lead, and another cold Selly from Soto after the hit. Marlins would get a couple of runs back, but as we've seen all season long, the Yankees are pretty good at closing out games. That's Anthony Volpe flying through the air as he throws Bethancourt out at first to protect that 3-2 lead. And one more big play is going to do it for the Yankees here. He's been a little quiet in this game, but who else but Aaron Judge to secure the game. The Yankees improved to 10-2 on the year with that catch. And get this, they're playing the Marlins again right now. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning, down 4-1. Will they come back and win this game tonight, or will the Marlins walk away with a W?
Thank you, Mike. Stick around for his celebration of pets after the break.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Welcome back. A lot of us celebrate our pets every day, but doing so is especially important on Thursday because it's National Pet Day, observed every year on April 11th. National Pet Day is dedicated to pets who may not be getting the attention and companionship they deserve.
We're talking about orphan pets, whether their owners have passed away or are ill, so take a moment and look for a chance to help out an orphaned pet.
Guys, we got so many cute dogs up on that screen. Dogs, cats. I think we saw a kangaroo up there.
A kangaroo is wild.
Yeah.
Very exciting stuff. Guys, tell us a little bit about your pets.
I have 2 cats. My cats were not on the screen, but I have a cat named Fredo because he has a mustache. Oh. He's named after Freddie Mercury, and a cat named Scylla. How about you?
I have 2 dogs. They were on there. They're Chugs. One's Munchkin and one's Roxy.
And I just have one dog named Bella.
And I have one dog named Mr. Bean.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, that's our report for tonight.
Thank you for watching and have a great night, everyone.